Let's get it going. So much drama in the Olympics. I don't think I've seen this much drama since high school. I mean, damn. People on the Olympics. The opening ceremony. Who saw that? Yes, pretty much everybody who has saw it has either complained or loved it. There is no in between. Now, my last little thought on this. My favorite part of this Olympics, if you can believe it or not, Snoop Dogg. Hello and welcome to this week's Be About It podcast. Your host, as usual, CJ. Man, I took last week off because I needed a little time away. And man, oh man, did I miss a lot of great things. So much drama in the Olympics. I don't think I've seen this much drama since high school. I mean, damn. People, I mean, there is so much from the opening to today to everything. It is all over the place on the Olympics. I cannot tell you enough. Now, granted, I am watching the Olympics this year, but not for the reason you think. I'm doing it because football season is coming up, and I have to have that good excuse like, hey, well, I'll let you watch the Olympics. So now, but I've gotten into a few things. I've gotten into a few of the events. There's been some people that have just blown my mind in this thing, that of how you're just looking at that, you're like, man, that hurts me looking at that. I mean, do you know that? I mean, watching these athletes compete, especially gymnastics, swimming, things like, my body would hurt in ways that it could never hurt before that way. But I have been watching the Olympics this week. So I took last week off, took a little vacation for myself, a little time. I took a few days and I just flat out rested. I ain't gonna lie. I propped up, and since there's no other sports on, I decided that's what I'm watching. The Olympics. I'm going. All right, that's it. So let's get it going on the Olympics. The opening ceremony. Who saw that? Yes, pretty much everybody who has saw it has either complained or loved it. There is no in between. There's no like, it could have been better. That thing was okay. No, it was like that was a blaspheme, or that was the best thing ever. It was great expression of the culture. That thing was an insult to Christianity. It has been all over the place with that. I don't know if y'all have been tuning into everything, but there is definitely a line drawn right where that opening ceremony was. So let's get my opinion on it. Of course, I do have an opinion on it. And it's not the most loved opinion. It's not the most liked, but it is mine. Have your own. Now, as far as what they did, I think they went a little over the top, as I with the Last Supper thing. I think that was a little, they should have rethunk that. But because for just Christianity's sake, but because Christianity isn't a worldwide religion. It is granted, it is a big majority of the world, but believe it or not, there are religions that are higher than Christianity as far as the numbers go. I don't think religion should have been brought into it at all, in my opinion. I think that should have been left out. That should have been just like, hey, you know what? Thank you for the idea. Now, if you wanted to do something for the Olympics, you should have done like the regatta, and that's kind of what they did. That I think the little blue man was supposed to be Dionysus, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I was like, it looked like Dionysus for Greek mythology, if you are not familiar with, but it didn't bother me. Actually, my daughter was watching it, and I could see the appeal. I was like, she was watching it. She thought the band was great. Let me give a shout out to the band, because that was my daughter's favorite part. And if you open your eyes to the whole of the opening ceremony, I was like, yes, it was. I was like, a little bad part in there, but the rest of it was not bad. I mean, I was watching and I was like, all right, that's cool. Love the band, love the music. We're good. Let's get it going. But yeah, that last little part with the Last Supper, a lot of people were like, nope, screw this, I'm out. And I'm like, I was like, they have the French ambassador, or like, the reaction of it, I was like, there was backlash from American leaders, world leaders, Christian groups, and athletes. Everybody was offended. Then the organizers of Paris Games suspended it, saying the open ceremony goal of showing community tolerance was achieved. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Think to yourself, in your opinion, was it achieved, showing tolerance and community? I don't know if it was. That's why I think religion should have been left out of that, because this is a group of individuals from around the world of different religions, different beliefs, different faiths. Yeah, it should have been left away. It should have been like, bye, see you later. Let's leave this out of here completely. Now, outside of that, the show was great. I loved the opening ceremony. It was good. So I'm going to, as I say that. But as far as doing that, I just think it should have been left out altogether. I know a lot of people, especially like athletes there, athletes over here, world leaders. You know what? It was a show. And you know what? If nothing else, it did its job. It got people talking about it. I want to know the numbers of this Olympics on people watching, just to see if anybody else was getting pissed off. Because if it got more people watching, or, you know, there were some people saying, boycott, boycott. I'm like, okay, you know what? Remove that stick out of your ass. Here, and plain and simple, you are going to watch the Olympics, or not watch it, because of one idiot's idea of basically it's performance art. And you're going to abandon all the athletes that have worked their entire lives to get this far and make this happen. And you're just going to say, screw y'all and screw the work y'all have done. That part pissed me off. Well, guess what? Remove the stick out of your ass and literally just support the athletes that have worked their ass off for the right to defend their countries. You assholes, I swear. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm gonna say it is what it is, because that was my real opinion on it. Yeah, you could be offended, but still support your country, support your athletes that have worked their ass off to get there. So yes, that was my pure opinion on it. Remove the stick. Let's get it going. Now, as far as medal count goes, USA kicking a lot of ass as of tonight, which tonight is Sunday. I will go live every Sunday on TikTok and soon to be other forms. And I'm trying to figure out a few things, how to get to the website, which once I figure that out, it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to do so many shows from there. But if you haven't been to that, that's www.beaboutitpodcast.com. Again, www.beaboutitpodcast.com. Now, as far as the medal count, USA kicking it. Current total, 71 total medals. That is gold, silver, and bronze. But 19 of them bad boys are gold. And we are tied with China right now. China on the market with 19 as well. We still got some more time. We can still dominate the gold. Now, if you go by total, we are kicking everybody's ass by about 30 medals. 20, 30, somewhere in there. But when it comes down to it, I want you to think to yourself, is the total count more important than the gold count? Personally, I look at the gold count. I think there needs to be a point system on it, because the gold count shows that you have the best athlete in that. Now, that's just me. Speaking of best athletes, Simone Biles. My God, that woman. She's such a tiny little thing, but she does great big acts. And, I mean, I was just like, now, the last Olympics we had, unfortunately, she had some things to work through. She worked through them, and she came back on fire. And I mean, fire, y'all. She was kicking it, strutting it, and winning it. That's what she was doing. And she did do I think she's got a couple golds already. Another person I was really impressed with was Frederick Richardson. He is part of the men's team that got the bronze. This is the first medal in men's Olympics for the U.S. since 2008. That man was actually incredibly impressive. He's on TikTok as Freddie Flips, but go check him out. His does things as awesome. His main goal is to get people more involved in the men's gymnastics and gymnastics as a sport as a whole. So his goal is just to open people's eyes on it. And, man, he opened mine. That man was, wow. He was flipping, jumping, moving fast. He was kicking ass. So I got to say, he was probably the one that just opened my eyes a little bit more to gymnastics as a whole. Everybody knows how good Simone and everybody else is. But, man, he just kind of jumped out at me. Except the guy that rode the what's it called? That thing, man, he's a specialist. They saved him for the very end. And he comes out looking like Clark Kent, got the glasses on, looked like he just got done playing Dungeons and Dragons, and he just kills it. And they had him on the team just for that one thing, just to make sure that they had the best one in the world on that, and they did. He was a world champion. Of course, he puts the glasses back on, goes into his Clark Kent phase. But, man, I was impressed. And some of the swimming, there's been some world records done on this as well. But one thing I do want to share that really kind of touched me on it was the Mexican synchronized divers. The story behind how they were getting there. See, they didn't have all of the promotional and the backing of these big corporations. They didn't have sponsorships. They didn't have this. They literally were out there raising their own money just so they can compete. That just shows you how much importance they put on this. They were out there hustling just so they could train and go through and compete for this to represent their country. They were even offering to sell their own medals just to raise the money to go. That's how important this is to some of these athletes. And that's why I did not turn my back on this. I wanted to make sure I watched, because these athletes were really just out there, and they were willing to give everything just to be on that stage and compete and get going. Hello, how's it going? Welcome on. To all the people that are in, thank you very much for joining. I'm right in the middle. I was like, but we got a lot to talk about. I'm about to get into the drama. Y'all ready for some drama? Now, got through the Mexican synchronized dive team, which I don't know if they medaled. I didn't get to see that. That was on a day I wasn't watching. I saw them do a few, and they were great. Now, the drama came about women's boxing controversy. Yes, the Algerian boxer, and if I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Imani Khalif, was like being born a biological male. Man, I know y'all have saw that. That was all over TikTok. That was all over the Twitter, X, whatever you call it. It was a massive thing. A lot of people upset. A lot of people saying the woman shouldn't find a biological man. Now, I've done a little digging. I don't know. I tried to find as much reputable sources as I can. Granted, she's born overseas, so I did as much as I can, and went through several different news outlets to find the information I had. Now, she apparently has a little something called DSD. What is DSD, you ask? Let me explain. It is a difference in sex development. It is a set of rare conditions involving genes, hormones, and reproductive organs. Having DSD is not the same as being transgendered. She was born a female. She was born, was not born in transition. Algeria actually has laws in place against transitioning from one sex to another. So I doubt they were really going to march someone out on the world stage that doesn't agree with their laws in general. Now, what happened is she was going into a match with an Italian opponent, Angela Carini, and she forfeited just 46 seconds into it. Basically, she got her ass knocked. And she was looking for an out, and she thought she had an out, and you know what? I'm going to let y'all be the judge of this. I'm not going to say nothing because I believe all athletes, and she was born a female, she was in the right thing. But what really kept her out was her and Thai boxer Lin. They were disqualified from the middle of last year's World Championship by the IBA after what it claimed had failed eligibility test. Wow, that was a hard read right there. And fighting in the women's category nearly a year after the IBA said the gender test revealed the boxer had XY chromosomes, which, yes, that is the male chromosome. And that goes from that DSD, which she has been diagnosed, does have. Now, that does not mean she was born a male. That means that she has that chromosome. And it was part of that little rare thing. Now, this is what I've been reading. I don't know. And these are reputable sources. No, I do not get my news from Facebook, TikTok, or X. I actually go back and do some digging. So, this woman was disqualified from the World Boxing Championship for that reason. This is another world stage. I do not believe she should be allowed onto it for that reason. Now, that's my opinion. If she was disqualified from one, does it give her an edge? Does it give her more testosterone? Does it give her more this? Yes, I think it does. So it's going to give her an edge. And it's going to, the two of these were both questioned to be biological males, and they're going for the gold. That should tell you all you need to know about it. So, but it is what it is. The Olympics did not say it was bad. They didn't say she was out. They let her compete, and she won. Now, has she won? She has been competing in women's boxing for a long time. Is she undefeated? No, she is not undefeated. She has lost 9 matches. So there has been 9 biological women that have whooped that ass. So you do the math on that one. Now, my last little thought on this. My favorite part of this Olympics, if you can believe it or not, Snoop Dogg. Has anybody not enjoyed every single thing that man has been in? You knew when they made the torch look like a joint, he was going to be in part of it. He has been one of the most entertaining forces on not TikTok, but he's been, as far as the Olympics, him and Martha Stewart, him and Kevin Hart, they've all been getting out there doing it, and he has been such a great part of the Olympics, and I hope they are already talking about signing him again and getting him involved in every single Olympic going on, because that has been extremely good. He's a greatness on a mic no matter what. Plain and simple. You give him a mic, let him go. Even whenever he was walking up to horses, which he said he was afraid of, he was still great. Man, he's making it fun and entertaining as well. So, I hope he becomes a staple. And if not a staple for the Olympics, for the love of God, NFL, NBA, somebody give him a call. We need him on a halftime court, doing little callbacks, reviewing some of the plays. But he was great. Man, I would love it if they would do that. He's the best part of the Olympics, in my opinion, my favorite at least. So I'm hoping to see something let's get him actually on the Winter Olympics too. Let's see what he could do, because I think that would be hilarious, because I don't think he knows much. He didn't know much about a lot of these events, but I doubt, myself included, I don't know much about the winter events. So let's have some fun with Snoop Dogg next time. Let him carry another torch. But all right, I'm going to take a quick second. I'm going to save this one, get ready for the last little bit. I'm going to be talking a little football. Yes, we have football began. Man, it is time for some football. I know you could feel it. I know you can enjoy it. Football, baby. I'm going to save this, get it loaded up, and we're going to come back and do it. All right, and we are back on the air live. And thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance already, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Well, by us, I mean me. I just do the work of 5 people. That's what I do. That's why it sometimes takes me a little longer to get it all out there, but I eventually do. And if you also haven't been a chance to go to the website, www.beaboutitpodcast.com. That is beaboutitpodcast.com. Go check us out. Again, I'm doing that on my own as well, and I suck at it. So I'm trying to get a little bit better at it, but I am getting there. Every week I do something different and makes it a little bit better and going. So that being said, let's talk some football, y'all. Let's talk some football, and the biggest thing on my mind is CeeDee Lamb and how he is holding out. He may have signed it tonight, or I don't know. I haven't seen him, haven't heard anything about it. But as far as CeeDee Lamb holdout, this is going to destroy the future of the Cowboys. Let me just tell you that, plain and simple. And I know why he did it, because you got old Jefferson up there, got the big contract, and now CeeDee Lamb, I want some of mine. Now, here's why I don't like this, because CeeDee Lamb, you were still under contract. I know you want to get paid, and you deserve to get paid. You are definitely a top 5 wide receiver. Hands down, guarantee you are, in my eyes. Nobody's going to say otherwise. But This is going to destroy the future because you don't only have CeeDee Lamb. You have Dak coming up. Then you have Micah Parsons. And where do you draw that line that is more important? What is going to help you win more games? Now, you know the old saying, offense wins games, defense wins championships. So if you got a top 5 quarterback, maybe top 8, or you have a dominant linebacker through at least 10 to 12 games of the year, he kind of slacked off at the end, I ain't going to lie. But they always do. It's a tough season, 17 games. A lot of people don't know how much that takes a toll on you. But CD getting paid now and coming into next year, what do? You're gonna have to part ways with one, Dak or Micah. And that's why you're going to destroy this game. Or not destroy the game, but you're going to destroy the Cowboys' future because you are going to have to give up your leader on defense or your leader on offense. Hands down, that's it. And that's what CeeDee Lamb is going to do. That's how he is going to run the Cowboys' future. Now, is he worth it? Absolutely. If we do not pay him, somebody will. Not a question. My advice to him would be take the payment. Take a lower payment. Let's invest in all of y'all. That way, y'all can enjoy it together, get a ring, and then worry about getting paid after that. You can go sign a 2-year deal, make $50, $60 million a year with some team in another year or two. But as far as the future, it's done. As CeeDee's going to get paid. Jerry ain't going to be able to figure it all out. Plain and simple, he's done, and he's going to screw the Cowboys' chances of the future. And we're going to have to go back and start all over with the draft or figure it out from there. Now, as far as how things are going, one of the biggest things I saw as far as the Hall of Fame game, I don't know how familiar you are with the Bears, but Steve Mongo McMichael was finally inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I want to say, as a man who watched you play on the field and a man that watched you wrestle in the WCW, I want to say congratulations to you, Steve. You have earned it. I am so happy you got to see and be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Now that we're off of that, I did see something else this weekend. I had to squeeze it in real quick when nobody was looking. SummerSlam happened this weekend. Saturday, yes it did. SummerSlam. Woo! I have not seen this many titles change hands in a pay-per-view in forever. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with Cody and Sikoa. Now, we had Bloodline Rules. It's been building up. Sikoa's trying to take over for Roman, and the match, did what it did. Then the Bloodline got involved, and then KO, then Randy Orton came out, and it was just some pump. Whenever that was happening, that we were coming to see something big. Then Fatu came out, wrapped it all up. I don't know if he hurt his knee, man. That man is a beast. That man is a future champion. I don't care what you say. He has got it. Whatever it is, that man has it. And if he doesn't have it, he's just going to take it because he's a badass. But then along the music hits in the background, and you see the tribal chief Roman Reigns, head of the table, coming out. We have not seen him since WrestleMania. And what happens? He comes out, and we're thinking, okay, I'm like, pretty much everybody was wondering, which side? What side are we going? We picking Bloodline? We picking Cody? Who you picking? And he comes out wearing his low-cut Jordans. I don't know if anybody else saw that. But went after Sikoa. And because Sikoa was saying Roman ain't coming back. He ain't going to do anything. He ain't going to do. I was like, he didn't have anything to give after that. He was pretty much distancing. Now, here's where I think it's going to set up in the future. Pay attention, y'all, because it's going to get good. I think we're going to see WrestleMania set up with Roman Reigns getting Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso back together against the modern Sikoa, and then we're going to have a fourth. We don't know who that is yet. We'll figure it out. They'll figure that out somewhere down the line. But That is where I see that one going. This is going to be a long story to WrestleMania, setting up a massive bloodline interference, or maybe it'll be set up for Survivor Series. Who knows? But we'll get to there. I'm thinking it's going to be something really good. I was like, it's going to be. I'm hoping they're going to stretch this story out, go through. But as far as that, you got LA Knight getting his first singles title. Yes, he did. Nailed it like it was yesterday's breakfast. Already done. I'm happy that they're finally giving him, and they corrected something. A couple shows ago, last month, I told you they screwed Braun Breaker over having him lose to Sami Zayn. They corrected that this past weekend. Braun Breaker, your new Intercontinental Champion. Then you have LA Knight, your new U.S. Champion. The reign of Logan Paul is over. Thank God. It was getting boring to me. Same thing. Nux come out, knock. Somebody jump over the railing. Prime bottle hit him. It was boring. Come on. If you disagree, come on. There's been better storylines like 50 years ago than that. But then the big one. Now, I kind of saw this coming after last month's pay-per-view with, and you have Gunther coming out. Going to fight Damian Priest. Damian Priest screwed some spots up last month, and everybody saw it. Now, they wrote him through, but you kind of saw Gunther about to take on and win that world championship like he did because they needed someone who was perfect every time. And, for the love of God, the man has been on a wild streak for the last year and a half, 2 years. So why not continue it? Now, his reign as world champion is going to be long. You're going to have to dethrone this man by cheating and do something big like they did. It ain't going to be Sami Zayn taking out Gunther on the world title. I'm like, maybe if they build that up a couple years down the line, but nothing big. And, of course, with some controversial calling as far as CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre wins, which kind of upset the CM Punk fans, myself included. But you know what? Punk is not in his prime anymore. It's his duty as a veteran to put the younger guy over, create the storyline, keep it going. And I think that's going to add more heat between him and Seth Rollins. Let's see how that goes. Then you got, the WWE Undisputed Women's title changing hands. I was like, everybody, and you heard the song, you heard the Tiffany, whatever. I don't know. She's annoying to me. Gives me a headache every time she comes out. And you're thinking, okay, here's where the Money in the Bank is going to play out. We're going to have a new champion. And we did. But Bayley, did not. I was like, focus on the task in hand. I was like, got powered, slammed. I was like, eliminated, and we have a new women's undisputed champion, and it's not Tiffany. No, it is not. Which that could lead something down the line. We'll see how that one's going to go. And of course, Liv Morgan kept her title. Her and Cody were the only two that went in as champions and left as champions. Everybody else threw it up and lost. But of course, Dirty Dom chose the blonde over the darkness. I was like, Rhea Ripley. I was like, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was watching that one and I saw her shoulder. I don't know if that was real or not, but it sure as hell looked like it was real. I mean, damn. And if she wrestled all the way through with a separated or dislocated shoulder, damn. I've had that. It hurts like hell. I can't believe that. Oh, no. Done. But that was it on SummerSlam. Not too many matches, more of a show, longer matches, and big thing. WrestleMania kind of steals everything. This ain't the days of 10, 15-minute matches. Let's cram 8 to 10 of them in a night. This is let's give us 6 to 7 really good ones and a little bit of show for the rest of them. Jelly Roll was there. I was like, put on his little show, got involved in a match. That was pretty cool. But definitely worth it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Even though I spoiled the shit out of this thing for you, go give it a watch. It was entertaining. It's fun. And definitely stay in line because I think with Roman coming back, that's gonna throw a few new stories out there. And I'm curious to see where they go with that. Now, as far as that goes, I think that is my time. That is where I'm wrapping it up. And this is where I leave you all. Thank you very much for your undivided attention for this little half hour plus. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for giving us a like and a share and a follow. Thank you very much again for going to the website. Subscribe on there. You get some new stuff. No, it is not charging. I do not charge for this. I love doing this. This is free. Enjoy the freeness, because one day there will be a day where I have to charge because I'll have sponsors and stuff. Until that day, though, I'm going to keep talking about it. Y'all be about it. Like we always say, don't talk about it, be about it. That's it. Have a great week. We'll see y'all later on down the line, and I'll have my Olympic recap for the whole and where we're going to finish on that. Have a great one, y'all. See you then.